All right, so we're back again. We're on my son's CanAm ds90. What it seems like is happening is that when the kickstart is pushed, it doesn't actually jump back up, and it's something's ground in there, something's stuck. So we're gonna take all the bolts off of this, and hopefully we're gonna pull it off and see what we get. Not 100% sure. So basically, let's talk about it. When we first got it, the kickstart was the only way it started. So this is a 2018 CanAm ds90. When we first did get it, though, the kickstart on it was the only thing that worked. I replaced the starter. The starter did work for a little while. It did have a skip a little bit in it, so I knew that the teeth were ground out from somebody just not knowing how to use it right, or making sure, the fucking kill switch isn't on, or, it's getting spark, or there was gas in the machine. They were just yamming it down. So they definitely messed up the sprocket for the electric starter. But this always worked. And then today, kickstart's been pretty decent. I haven't had any issues with it. It starts after a while, but today I went to start it, started up, ran it for about 2 hours, and all of a sudden it shut off. And it does that sometimes, if it's just sitting there idling. It just hits maybe a little bit of clogging the filter, or who knows. It just shuts off. And it only does it when you're not riding. If you just, I let it sit for an hour just running. After a while, it just felt like it needed to turn off, so it did. Went to go start it again, though, and boom, it didn't want to start. So I started kicking this, and I was just missing, and I mean, it just goes right down and doesn't pop back up like this. Like right now, it's popping back up. But if you kick it 2 or 3 times, it'll just get stuck down. So I'm gonna pull this off and see what we got in there. I know the other gear, which is probably vertically right here, or horizontally, right here straight across is where the starter's plugged in. So I assume that they both, whether it's kickstart or electric start, they hit the same unit, and possibly, people are hitting. My son's probably hitting this button on accident while he's riding, and it probably ground something out. But we're going to see if we can pull this off, and see what we get, and I'll be back shortly. So right now, there's that little clip. So I don't have that tool. I'm not going to fuck with it too much. I've already scratched it a little bit. So, and this, from the riding, I had them screws, if you see them, they actually broke out. These ones didn't. These 2 are good, but I was able to, this screw was giving me a hard time too, so instead of really messing with it, I was able just to spin it up, and I was able to pull all the screws off of this housing. I think in the morning I'm going to grab one of these, and then I'll throw a part 2 on here of how we got this off and took a look at it. It's supposed to be going riding Sunday, so my son is definitely not going to be happy if his bike isn't running, which is going to suck. But he may have to ride double with one of us, because we are opted to go Sunday. So I guess we will be back.